So, Birge, before Fairfield, had you heard of rugby?
Yes, I actually I started playing rugby in high school, right on the same campus at Fairfield Prep. So I had some experience before coming on campus.
Did you have any of the same teammates from prep?
Surprisingly, yeah, and you know what? I'll have to give him a little bit of credit. Kevin Brawley was a friend and teammate of mine at Fairfield Prep. He went to Fairfield a year ahead of me, and I really came to Fairfield with the aspiration of playing hockey. But Kevin Brawley, with a few words and a beer, quickly changed that decision for me.
Okay. What did you like most about playing at Fairfield?
I liked I liked the teammates. I liked the friends and players I played with. At the time I was playing, it certainly wasn't about the success of the team. I obviously enjoyed playing the game, but we weren't winning too many matches. So coming up, especially as a freshman, sophomore, and going on, I really enjoyed the guys I played with.
And did you play every year?
I did. Yep.
Right.
I played all 4 years. Yep.
And what was the general status of the team each year?
It was strange. We weren't that. Well, we were in a tough division, tough conference. We were playing some very strong teams. I remember on top of my head just the Coast Guard Academy being one of them, and we had some good players. We had some big football players in high school. We had some good rugby players that came with experience. Other than myself, we had Will Brazier, also came from Fairfield Prep, and Kevin Brawley, and we had Brad Troop, who actually came from South Africa. So we had the players, which I think just with a little bit more organization, we would have been a better team. But it was funny because I think 1 year, I don't know what happened with the soccer team, but we somehow ended up with 3 or 4 New Zealand and a player from England joined the team awfully quick, and it brought us immediate success. And I remember playing in the spring season and going undefeated, and I think we won 2 tournaments. So I certainly remember that. But
any big trips while you to play rugby?
Yeah, we did. I was lucky enough to be a part of one tour to the Bahamas, which was certainly a good time. I think at any point when you do your spring break in the Bahamas while playing rugby with your rugby teammates, leads to some good times and some interesting stories.
Well, the drinking age is legal, so it makes the drink-ups that much better.
Yeah.
Did you have any leadership roles?
I did. I was lucky and fortunate enough, our teammates elected officers, and I came in as a vice president my freshman year, and became back captain my sophomore, junior years, and was fortunate, lucky enough to become president my senior year.
How would you describe the progress of the men's team when it began and where it is now?
Where I was, we had good players. We didn't have a coach when I played. We were fortunate enough to get Tom O'Connor, Okie, to come in and coach our senior year. I should also mention we had Matt Greenstein, a recent alumni and a guy I played with, coach and help us out my junior year. So we were building. When I was playing, we were getting better, becoming more organized. But it wasn't really until after I graduated that the team really started taking off, really doing well. Tom O'Connor, led to Matt Leonard, who came in and coached the team, and the team's been great, having a lot of success, a lot of numbers, and it's really great to show up to matches on Sundays and see how great all these guys are doing now and how much fun they're having.
How do we stack up with other national teams then and now?
Back then, not too well. I mean, we were. I think we were a Division II team, but we really were in a tough conference with a lot of difficult teams. So we did all right. We held our own, but didn't win too many matches. Now the team is really pushing for I believe Division II championship every year. I know they have eyes and goals set on becoming D1 somewhat soon. So they're really doing well. They're really rolling pretty good. So, on a national stage, I see big things for the Fairfield men's team.
All right. Looking back on all the years, your involvement with rugby, what has it all meant to you?
It's meant a lot. I mean, obviously, I coach the women's rugby team now. I haven't let it go. So I still have kept that connection between, when I played, playing the game of rugby and being at Fairfield University to now coaching the game of rugby and still being connected to Fairfield U. And I really did it because of, everything that rugby brings in terms of camaraderie and just seeing the, on the women's side now, seeing them, learn the game, grow, and enjoy it as much as I did and as much as we were on the men's side. Rugby has definitely given me a stepping stone into the real world. Not only, with playing rugby do I come out of graduation, feeling, with a lot more confidence, but it also leaves me with relationships and connections as well. And I remember my first job really was through a guy from playing rugby. And then from that job to the next job, all I do is, meet people and see the connections, and rugby becomes the big topic of things. So after college, rugby was certainly huge in terms of getting me started, and not only that, but teaching me, certainly the values and things to prepare me for what to expect and how to handle things.
Look like a fit guy. Do you still play?
I don't. No, I'll play in tournaments here and there. I enjoy playing in the sevens tournaments. More on the social end of things, but it's fun to still get out there and run around a little bit. But I did play a little bit after school. I played for the New Haven side for a year. But after that, just do a few injuries. Just play for fun every once in a while.
All right. How did you get involved as coach of the women's team?
Really, from you, Bridget, and Janine Keenan. I was lucky enough after I graduated in 2005 to be familiar with Michelle Keenan, Janine's older sister, and I understood the position you guys were in, with looking for somebody to just step in, and not necessarily. I knew you guys weren't really looking for a huge turnaround, but really just somebody just to set up some better organization for you guys and have some fun at the same time. And I thought that would be a great opportunity when you guys approached me and asked me if I could help out. Never at that point did I see it turning into what it is today. So.
You couldn't have made a better choice. What is it about our women's players that made them so successful in the club's relatively short history?
With the women's players, I see. Well, I think what the interesting part of the women's game is every single girl that comes in and walks onto the field as a freshman have really no experience whatsoever, not only with rugby, but with contact sports. So they come in, they really don't know what to expect. I see it in their eyes, they might be scared, double guessing what they're doing, but they start playing, they start learning, and of course, going back to, the teammates are bringing them in, they're helping them out, they're helping them learn the game. We've gotten cheerleaders, we've gotten dance team members, we've gotten equestrian. I remember having one player, we had to battle it out with her on whether she was going to be riding horses or making tackles on Sunday. So yeah, no, there was a few of them. Really, with new girls coming in, not having any idea what's going on at the field, what I see what makes them so successful is, as a coach, and I have an assistant coach with Steve Jones, and I have Jessica Pierce, a former alumni, helping out, is they really listen to anything you say. I could really teach them anything, and they'd go along with it. But as a young coach, it's fun, and it's almost easy just teaching and going over and over again the basics of the game. And at the level that Fairfield plays at, it's really the basics that win the rugby games. We're not. It's nothing too advanced, but at the same time, we're trying to make them better players. But if they can really, drill down the basics, they're gonna win games, and that's been happening. And it's been kind of snowballing year after year when a freshman or sophomore is doing well with the basics, learning the basics, and then they become juniors and seniors, and they're picking up on other things. As that cycle goes, the teams get better and better.
As I recall, we're always really good with helping each other out and learning the game and teaching it to our younger players. Any favorite songs?
Favorite songs? I think the one that sticks out in my mind is "Days of the Week." That was the song I was given, so I took a lot of pride in stepping up and executing that one to perfection every single time.
What's it like to coach the women's team? Can you comment on things like their athleticism, teamwork, spirit, work ethic, toughness, and other qualities? It's absolutely amazing coaching the women's team, and it's all because of kind of what I was commenting on before on seeing a group of girls come in as freshmen, really clueless with the sport and what they're getting themselves into, coming together as teammates, building camaraderie, and then going year after year, and it's just 4 years, but seeing them build into a team, and then seeing them build into rugby players, and then really in a sense seeing them become the people they are off the field as well. So coaching is great, and it's certainly coaching the women is certainly rewarding, because it's nice having that feeling, seeing them from the beginning to seeing them on graduation day. When the girls come in, they really come in as freshmen on the team, and you see it all in terms of backgrounds, whether they be all-state soccer players, all-star field hockey players, or on the flip side of things, maybe they're cheerleaders or good with computers or whatever the case may be. But they all show up, they're all welcome. Everybody on the team, and I give the girls a lot of credit, really make everyone feel a part of the team right from the start. So in terms of athleticism, you really get the full spectrum, but it really doesn't matter when you're trying to build a team. It's nice having the athletic, naturally talented players, come in and take big roles, but that player, to me at least, is just as important as the person that might be last on the bench per se. It really, when you have the numbers at practice, and when you have so many players interested in having fun, it builds the team a lot better and a lot bigger in the long run. So athleticism, while it's important, it's nice having the mixture of players to shake things up in the team and really kind of mold a better and bigger team. The funny part going on here, the work ethic, it doesn't matter, again, if it's somebody that came in with a lot of athletic ability and played team sports growing up, or somebody who had no athletic experience whatsoever. It doesn't matter really what I throw at them. You see them all giving their best, working their hardest, whether it's just simple things in the beginning of practice, working on skills and drills, or if it's sprints at the end of practice. They're really doing the best job they can and working as hard as they can. And it's funny because it's a type of game with women that there's really nothing holding them here. There's no scholarships, nothing like that. So it's nice to see them realize that fitness and hard work is part of the game, and them accept it rather than just say, oh man, this really sucks, running these laps, I'm calling it a day. So I give my girls a lot of credit. Why should the players in the women's team feel proud to be a part of the club?
I think they should feel proud because they're a part of something big right now. This current season didn't go as expected. We lost a lot of girls to graduation and other reasons, but I think there's something bigger going on with the women's team. Just the passion and interest these girls are showing, and not just being a good club sport,
but being a winning rugby team is a big difference. And I think there's something to be said there for girls that come in here and just don't come here just to play rugby, but to win rugby. I think it's tough, and as we're building things here for the 50th anniversary, even trying to dip back into early history of the women's rugby team, there's not much. It's tough digging up players and digging up stories and finding things out about the early years. But seeing what the team's doing now and doing so fast, there's something big here. They're building a history, they're building their own traditions, and I think when all these alumni look back 5-10 years from now and they see where the program is and where it's or how it's come along, I think there's going to be an enormous sense of pride and accomplishment there. Yeah. I did not have a nickname. I feel like it's an honor to have a friend named Gutter, if you're in college. To maybe even top that, Mongo. We had a Booger. So yeah, we had some good ones. I think one story that crosses my mind is the 40th anniversary. Coming into the 40th as I think I was a sophomore or junior at the time. But being able to partake in what was going on, and it was really, I think, the first time, obviously myself, but a lot of the guys that, the older guys that, I played with, really got a look and appreciation at what Fairfield Rugby as a larger whole was all about.
Any good memories that you took away? Games?
I think, yeah, definitely a few of the matches that I played in. Unfortunately, it's probably my last match playing Fairfield when, I unfortunately got injured, but I was playing a great game. It was my senior year. I remember it was right around Halloween, playing Marist, but I think I had either 2 or 3 tries at that point, and unfortunately I blew out my knee in the second half. But I just remember, that kind of putting, the exclamation point on my Fairfield Rugby career, because, looking back, a lot of good times, a lot of good memories, but I just remember looking off, or really watching the matches from that point and just seeing my friends, my teammates, the guys I played with for 4 years, or, the younger guys for a year or two. But really being able to soak it in at that point from the sidelines.